Welcome to today's market report. European stock markets are seen opening higher on Wednesday, helped by increased confidence for a new US stimulus package to boost the world's largest economy. DAX futures contracting in Germany traded 0.4% higher, CAC 40 climbed 0.2%, FTSE 100 rose 0.1%. The White House and the Democrats in the US Congress moved closer to agreements on a new coronavirus relief package on Tuesday, as President Donald Trump said he was willing to accept a large aid bill in an attempt to get a deal done before the 3rd of November. Negotiations between House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin will continue on Wednesday. However, even if these two parties do come to an agreement, there is no guarantee it will be signed into law, as Republican senators' opposition to the measure's price tag remains strong. The impact of the coronavirus outbreak on the global economy was illustrated by a United Nations report on Wednesday, which said the value of global trade is set to fall by 7% to 9% in 2020 from the previous year. In Europe, a second wave of the COVID-19 outbreak continues to cause havoc, with Spain now considering curfews in hard-hit regions like Madrid in a bid to tackle potential contagion. France has already imposed curfews on some of its major cities, including Paris, while the UK put a further 3 million people in the Greater Manchester into its Tier 3 lockdown category on Monday, closing many non-essential businesses. In corporate news, Nestle will be in focus after the world's biggest food group raised its guidance for organic sales growth for 2020 after posting better-than-expected growth for the third quarter. The results were driven by strong demand for pet food and health products. Ericsson reported quarterly core earnings ahead of market estimates, helped by a lift in margins across its businesses, and said it was more confident in meeting its 2020 targets. Oil prices fell on Wednesday after a surprise climb in US crude stockpiles from an industry report. Increased worries about excess supply in a market already concerned about the impact on demand from the COVID-19 surge. Crude futures traded 0.8% lower at $41.38 a barrel. Brent fell 0.9% to $42.78 per barrel. Gold futures rose 0.2% to $1,918.70 per ounce. On the FX front, GBP USD tested 130.20 but waits for a fresh catalyst for a sustained move higher. At the time of writing, the spot eases to 130, still up 0.5%. However, the persistent downbeat mood around the US dollar in light of the renewed optimism over a likely US fiscal stimulus deal continues to exert upward pressure on the cable. Technically, the daily closing above the 50 DMA barrier could provide the much-needed push to the bulls, while also yielding a symmetrical triangle breakout on the daily sticks. The UK Consumer Prices Index 12-month rate came in at 0.5% in September when compared to 0.2% booked in August, while matching expectations of a 0.5% print, the UK Office for National Statistics reported today. The Finance Minister Rishi Sunak said today that their utmost priority is to protect as many jobs and businesses as possible through this unprecedented coronavirus pandemic. While commenting on the public finances, Sunak said that things would have been far worse. Government will take the necessary steps to ensure the long-term health of the public finances, he said. GBP USD continues to benefit from persistent weakness in the US dollars, however, across the board, as investors remain expectant of a new US fiscal package. Eurodollar advances for the fourth consecutive session on Wednesday and consolidates the upside momentum following the recent breakout of the interim hurdle at the 55-day simple moving average just below 118. The figure The buying pressure around the single currency remains well and sound for yet another session and lifts euro-dollar to new multi-week highs. Rising hopes of extra fiscal stimulus in the US economy, coupled with consensus around a blue wave at the November elections, continue to weigh on the buck and supported the euro-dollar pair. The focus of attention will be on the participation of ECB's Christine Lagarde at an ECB Listens event. The ECB's board members Guindos and Lane are also due to speak. Commerzbank now has a positive stance and marks the initial resistance at 118.71, followed by 119.71 and 120.15. The dollar index was down 0.3% at 92.787, falling to its lowest level for a month. Dollar yen was down 0.3% too at 105.23. This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.